We've been waiting for this moment. Generations of innovation all coming together in one place. A pedigree of more than 70 years of NASCAR Cup Series history, from the past to the present, from Petty to Earnhardt to Elliott. Today, there's no more waiting. The future of NASCAR is now. Drive the next-gen cars today on iRacing and step into the next generation of racing.
Glad to continue this here live for the ACOG iRacing Series. Round number 4 going to take place live here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Glad to continue this in as we get set for 50 laps here at the virtual Bristol Motor Speedway. The dirt edition, of course. And man, what a race we're going to get set to go ahead and see here for this one. Round number 4 going to go underway. We'll pull up points to see how the situation will fare out here for tonight. Harry Grindle, Colton Zimmer, Adam Matz round out the top 3. It's Kamosa Bachman, Kevin White, Scott Shorey, Jasper Lenglade, Tyler Field, and Joe Berge rounding out the rest of the top 10. And field of 9 here for tonight, so should be fun to see on how this race will fare to be for all these 9 drivers out on the racetrack. So in terms of field-wise, seems as though this matches up to be the same way as the rest of the other races. So yet again, 9 drivers gonna race here for tonight. So no different for this one as we get ourselves set for this 50 lap event. Watching the 70 of Harry Grindle work himself around. Grindle coming in here. The points leader, Zimmer coming in second. Both of them top 1-2 on charts. Zimmer got the best of Harry though. Even though Harry has a lead, Zimmer still has more wins than that number 70. Just because the 09 did not start one of those events. I forgot what race he didn't start, but regardless, he didn't start. Which unfortunately brings him back to second in the standings for right now. Watching the 5 of Brayson Collins. First time he's been on the racetrack in a while. Glad to see that number 5 work himself out around through 3 and 4. Yeah, man. Nothing really much to say for right now because, of course, qualifying simple, straightforward 2 laps, so just waiting for Collins to log in his final 2 as he works himself around. Collins, see what he gets. Currently 4th. It's a bit tight through 3 and 4, but looks like that'll do it for him. So he'll log himself in 4th above Nick Miller, who he too is making his inaugural ACOG debut here tonight. And stick around for more racing right after Bristol. Stay tuned until 9 p.m. We're gonna go green at Talladega Super Speedway for the 4th event of the Super Speedway series. So more racing to come up as we progress with tonight. Alright, go ahead and grid them up here for tonight's event. Congratulations to Harry Grundle in that number 70 for winning the pole here tonight. Gets an extra bonus point. Colton Zimmer in the 09 right alongside them. Andrew Lutz Jr. in that number 300 right in third. Brayson Collins is going to be fourth. Nick Miller in that number 4 machine going to be fifth. Michael Sham in the 157 in sixth. Got Paul Granada and Peter Kenny rounding out 7th and 8th. And it's Brady Cox in the 109 all the way in last place. So just 9 drivers here for tonight, but as I said, this league's still open for members. We'll go ahead and drop in a link for everybody who is tuning in for tonight. If you guys want to go ahead and join in, they're still open up for members and race drivers on the racetrack. All I have to do is just apply, and who knows, you could apply just to go to the Talladega event later tonight. Grundle's been strong all season. He's yet to pick up a win. I mean, technically he does have a win in the from the Triple Challenge. And it's Zimmer in the 09 who's trying to go 3 in a row here at Bristol. So we'll see on how the 09 could fare out as we progress with this 50-lap event. And coming next week, more racing to come as we hit the racetrack at Knoxville on Friday night. And after that, the finale coming 2 weeks from now at Eldora Speedway. And here we go. Pace car is going to move itself onto pit road. The number 70 of Harry Grundle is going to work himself to the start-finish line. And we will take the green here for 50 laps of racing at Bristol Motor Speedway. Green flag! And Zimmer, a big jump there coming into turns number 1 as we're looking 3 wide coming into the corner. That's Lutz Jr. who gets a bit sideways on in as Harry's trying to pin down the bottom of the racetrack. Bit of contact there, but we're still 2 by 2 heading into 3 and 4. It's the 70 of Grundle who works himself to the front, but here comes that 300 of Lutz. Perfect corner there by the 70 of Harry as it works himself out. Tagging the outside wall is Brayson Collins to the number 5. They work himself through 3 and 4. Everybody gathering it up on the low side. Oh, let's get a bit sideways. Might have gotten tapped from the 4 of Nick Miller, who's looking in and out. And a bit of contact as Miller goes up the racetrack. And to the outside wall he goes. That does not bring out a caution somehow, but Miller will fall to 9th. Not sure who got tapped by. Might have been Granada. Regardless, Miller does get himself going. And it's top 3 by themselves. Harry, Zimmer, and Brayson. And Zimmer's there, knocking on the door, works to the high side of the 70, coming in at 3. We'll see if he can clear off the corner. And might have hooked him! Harry sideways, around goes Zimmer! Here comes Brayson! Brayson to the bottom, 3 wide! Oh, and he gets spun! Clips Zimmer! And Lutz in a second! Granada nearly spins it in the back! Oh me, oh my! Lutz now to the back side of the 09! What a hectic lap that was! Zimmer moves himself to the front, Harry falls back to 4th. Brayson, in the meantime, returns back to 3rd. But that had disaster written all over it. And Zimmer is yet again under fire from the 300. And this groove is starting to really wear in now. He's working for some real estate, trying to find some grip, looking to the bottom. He's there. Now to the inside. Has a nice run. Can he make it stick, though? Looks like no. Brayson gonna have to tuck in loose as Zimmer gets a bit sideways off the corner. Brayson, oh, we back into the backside of the 300. Gonna have to reel himself back in line. Everybody's still all over each other as Lutz gets a huge run off the corner, tags the outside wall. Might sling it down low, has the nose under for the lead. Can't get the bite off the corner. Zimmer still holds Lutz off. Harry all the way to the flat part of the racetrack trying to get some grip there. And it's Brayson to the 5 who's looking to take both of these two out of the way. Lutz goes wide, and here comes Brayson. What a story it would be for the number 5 in his first ever ACOG day, first ever ACOG start to win it, and he's gone for the lead. Harry trying to work it out under the 300, but Brayson Collins gonna boot the 09 off the track. Alright, Harry goes around. Finally gets it straight though, but we stay green regardless, and Brayson Collins is your leader. What an exchange. And Harry goes all the way to 7th because of it. Michael Schaum in the 157 blinking out severely. Still out on the racetrack though. He's trying to get things rolling his way internet-wise. But Brayson Collins leading this thing. Lutz Jr. right behind. He's made multiple starts in this series. Has yet to pick up a win. Came close multiple times, but now as the track starts to wear down. Oh, around goes the 19. There we go. First caution of the night. Gonna bring out on lap number 16. Got a wreck toward the back involving 3 drivers. And one of them was Grindle. Their points leader coming in here for tonight involved in an incident. Looks like, oh, Granada got into the backside of Peter and all they went around. Luckily, they sort of net-coded through that entire incident. So I do not think that's going to cause any race-ending damage. But regardless, we do go under our first caution of the night. We're going to restack it up yet again. Single file restart per usual. With the 5 of Brayson Collins. Trying to win his first ever ACOG event here tonight. Some driver's gonna hit pit road. Peter Kenny on in. The 4 Miller has to come on in to probably take some optional. No surprise to see that 4 on in. Unfortunate for him. Was one of the contenders I was looking to see compete. Unfortunately, a lot of damage on the front end of his machine. Trying to get as much repaired, though. 1 to go. There's Miller now back on the racetrack. Michael Schaum in the 157. Still, I've yet to see him out on the racetrack, so. Single file restart per ACOG rules. For this number 5 of Brayson Collins. Looking to pick up win number 1 of the season. To work himself through. 3 and 4. Leading the 300, Andrew Lutz Jr. And he'll smash the throttle. Up and away we go.
Green flag.
Oh, and the driver right behind Brady Cox did not get going as they worked themselves into 1. Zimmer's going to look to the low side of the 300. Flings it all the way to the bottom side of the racetrack. Gets a bit loose though on the bottom. And he slides back into 3rd. Up front, though, all Brayson Collins in the 5. Looking for some real estate, though. Doing a fine job keeping it to the front, but he got sideways big time. It's going to jam up everybody right behind. Where are they going to go? Looking in, looking out. Let's get sideways. And to the inside goes Cox. Boots Zimmer up the racetrack, and Harry comes in the mix as well. He moves himself in the 4th. Peter gets a huge bump from the 04 Granada. As here comes Cox in the 109. Looking down under. Battle here for third as Harry gets in the mix. Looking way up high. Got shoved up the racetrack. Loses a ton of time now. Andrew Lutz in the 300. Now drivers are starting to go higher as the track starts to wear down. Racing about a lane up higher of where they were running previously. Still trying to run the bottom, but it looks like can't. I mean, you got to run through the entry. Trying to sail it into the corner harder than he can fly with. And it's Brayson who's leaning that right rear into loose dirt. And he's getting a run for it. Right behind, battle for third. Harry, the man who was involved in that first caution, is looking to get himself back inside this top three. Big run here by the 109 of Brady Cox. He looks at the high side now. We'll see if he can get a bite off the corner. Way up the racetrack, but tags the 300 as Harry looks under. Harry does not get anything going. He slipped up the racetrack. Loses at least 4 car lengths on that 109. Everybody's to the middle side of the racetrack. Big battle here for fourth. This is between the top 2 in points of Harry Grindle and Colton Zimmer. Very important points night for these two. For the drivers up front of Brayson Collins and then number 5. Doing a fine job of just hitting her marks. And he's pulled himself by 3/10 over these 2 drivers right behind who are set to battle for the second spot. Let's get real tight off the corner. Nice crossover there by Cox to the low side. We'll see if he can get the position coming into the corner. Sideways throw. Lutz has to work up the racetrack, but regardless, they keep in touch. And looking for some real estate. Lutz into the outside wall. Or just about tagged it. And Brady Cox works himself into second. That is huge. Because you know how fast that 109 has been. We're coming up just about 20 laps to go as the 4 Miller is going to get in the way of these leaders. Miller causing a bit of havoc for the 5. Has to boot him out of the way. That damage on that number 4 machine of Miller. Just really hiccuping him, and Brayson just moved him out. They're coming back for second, though. Lutz with another run on Cox. Gonna fling it down under. Oh, too loose. Oh, they bang off of turn number 2, but still close racing between these drivers. Bit of a battle here for 6th as well as Peter Kenny and Paul Granada go at it. And it's Peter and Paul going up the racetrack. These are the 2 we have to watch out for. Big battle here for second. Still raging on as racing way up the racetrack now. The lines are being adjusted. I didn't expect the high side to be so prevalent, especially at a bottom feeding racetrack. Coming up on 14 laps to go. And here comes Lutz to the inside. Oh, so close. Got sideways there off of... Tried the inside, but unfortunately just too loose. Try back at it again. Battle here for 5th. It's Granada and Peter right behind Zimmer. Timber, uncharacteristic for him to be running in 5th for right now. Peter sideways off the corner, trying to find some grip. Harry in the 70s just all left by himself in 4th. He's going to extend his point lead on the 09 of Zimmer. Granada tags the outside barrier as Peter trying to work around that number 04. Going as high as he can. Get anything to go though, as we hit 11 laps to go for this number 5 of Brayson Collins. Still, this battle rages on for 2nd place as Cox and Lutz look around each other. That time by, it's Lutz who got the run, and he's gonna fling it down under. Slide job here for 2nd, and Lutz is at the outside wall because of it. Harry's gonna come up on this number 70 as Lutz cuts him out. Oh, he's in the outside wall again. What was a potential spot for 2nd has now turned into a 5th place, now 6th place running for the 300. And it ain't over yet, because Paul Granada and Peter Kenny are also peeking in the mix. But man, that is unfortunate. Hitting 7 laps to go this time by. And now the fight for the lead might be growing and brewing, because Cox has found something. Paul way down under. He's going to complete the pass, but the 300 is going to slide him back in. Or at least try to. Oh, big wreck. All 4 upside down. Gets it back on all 4. But we do not see a caution off of it. Cannot believe it. 4 laps to go. Actually 5. As Brayson has actually swapped his line down to the bottom. So that bottom kicked in. Back into gear. And we'll see if the L109 of Brady can make something off of it. Look at him close the gap. Cox is there. 3 laps to go. And Brayson under pressure. Cox to the high side. Look at him just fly there up in the high. For the lead. It's Brayson under and Cox up high. This lap car, the 4 Miller's gonna get in the way, but Cox got tight. Are they out of fuel? Are they out of fuel? Are you kidding me? What is going on? Everybody just ran out of fuel. Harry just took the lead as Collins had to fling it on pit road. White! What in the world is going on? Do they not have enough fuel? What? What is even happening? What? Nobody has fuel! Oh my god. This is insane. What is going on? Paul took the lead because of it. What? Oh my. Oh man, this is. What in the world just happened? Oh, I'm speechless, but Brayson still scored the winner. Did Brayson win? We're gonna have to go through that again because I'm sort of shocked of what happened. Well, Brayson scored as the winner. I don't even know if they filled it up all the way, but my gosh. There's gonna be some type of shuffle up definitely in this running order, because my god, I have never seen a finish like that. We're gonna keep you updated. But Brayson scored as the winner, which is insane. I don't get how he won, but he won anyway. We'll have to go through that whole entire final lap at the end, but for right now, we'll go scoot ourselves to the side and see what's up. So, be right back right after this. My goodness. Back here live at Bristol Motor Speedway. And what an interesting way to end off this event, as we'll drag in the 5 of Brayson Collins, who regardless, even though he ran out of fuel, won the race anyway. But regardless, a very hectic finish. But you crossed the start-finish line first. Brayson, well, remove the final 5 laps of that event. So that basically didn't happen in my eyes, because you were scored the winner regardless. But Brayson, first start, first win. How do you feel?
Well, it was sure interesting. I didn't even actually know you guys were racing on Sundays. Last I knew, the races were on Saturday nights. And I go to the dirt track every Saturday night, so I just didn't race this. And then I saw from my buddy Paul that the race was happening. I hopped in, had no practice, went out and qualified 4th. I was lifting at qualifying. I didn't even actually know it was full throttle. And then early on, I was right there with Colton and Harry, but there's not much passing because of it being full throttle and single lane. So I just tried to be patient. And then Colton was all over the place, and he almost took out Harry on the start. And then he ended up almost taking out Harry, so I sent it down to the bottom because I didn't really have anywhere to go otherwise. And I came back up, and then I got turned, I think, by Harry. I mean, it wasn't intentional. We were just scrambling. I fell back to like 4th or something like that, and then just worked my way back up there. And Colt was all over the place, so I just kind of moved my way through, and then I just led from there. I don't really know what happened behind me. we got that caution. I tried to save a little bit under caution, but I mean the whole thing with the fuel running out was a little crazy. I tried to save there. I had nearly a second lead on Brady Cox, and so I just tried to lift off and save, and then I saw him pull down a pit road, and I pulled down too, and then all of a sudden I came around and I was still leading somehow. So I'm not sure how that happened, but that was pretty crazy. My first ACOG win, so that's pretty cool, and especially cool that it came on the dirt because that's kind of what I prefer driving here.
Yep, that's alright. We talk about dirt ringers, and that number 5, Brayson Collins led 37 out of the scheduled 50 laps here for tonight. Congratulations, man, for your first ever ACOG win. But before we let you go, any special want to thank you for tonight?
Well, I gotta thank my buddy Josh Patterson because I was running the Kingslayer Auto Sport car. It's a team that him and I do together, but I also have to thank my other team that I run for, Dark Horse Racing, with a couple of good friends out there, the Haley brothers, and they run the team. So thank you to them for allowing me to run with them. I got to thank EVC Automotive, Vulture Racing Engines, Belfour Property Restoration. I'm trying to think of all the sponsors on the car. Josh is the one who knows all the sponsors. Mr. Ocean CM382 on YouTube, go check him out. The Keystone Corner on Twitch, go check him out. iRacer_95 on Twitch. God. I got to thank my other friends at Outlaw Racing because a couple of them were going to come run with us and then they didn't. I got to thank Blue Jay Designs. I got to thank JP Designs. Honestly, I'm pretty sure that's it. I honestly can't think of all my sponsors right now.
Alright, but 10-4, Brayson Collins on number 5 wins it here at Bristol. We'll go ahead and see it coming either later tonight or your next event.
Alright, cool. Thank you.
Yourselves back in one spot to, or actually a couple of spots, because Harry Grindle was either scored 4th or 3rd. We'll drag him into the booth regardless, because usually never an issue. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a couple of scoring tidbits and such like that, but Harry crossed the start finish line in 3rd. And Harry coming in here as your points leader. I still yet to see some points changes as such. I know you and Zimmer were going at it there for a while, but man, talk about your race.
I mean, yeah, it was alright. I mean, we got the pole, which is quite cool. And then, yeah, lap 1, Bristol dirt is awkward to drive. It's exciting to watch when everybody's going at it and banging doors, but it's awkward to drive. There's like the apron seam that you can see on the tarmac version, you can't see on the dirt. So I tried to get there. Zimmer tried to pinch me down. We doored. He thought that was on purpose because, you know, of course. So I take the lead. Eventually, he sort of reels me back in, comes on my right rear, and then decides to try and put me in the wall. Again, of course. And then, yeah, we just sort of tangled, and it just sort of ended up descending into this messy, just sort of free-for-all for the first part of the race. And then somebody, I think it was Colton actually that said it, with about 5 to go, just brought up fuel. I hit F4 and went, oh. And then, yeah, it just sort of descended from there. So I went to the bottom to try and save fuel. He tried to drive through me again. And then, yeah, he ended up getting by me. I think what the conclusion you've come to, if I'm understanding right, is we're going to take the results from lap 48, which would put me behind him after that, which... obviously, as I'm sure you could imagine, I'm not best pleased with given how he drove me, but it is what it is. It's a messy race, and it's a position we shouldn't have been in the first place. I mean, it was always going to be messy. Dirt, Bristol, if you think cars aren't going to touch, you're living in a fantasy world. So, all things considered, the race went all right for this number 70 car.
All right, but 10-4, Harry Grindle rounds himself out. Scored in 3rd, but we'll have to get some recalculation about that. But regardless, any sponsor want to thank you for your...
obviously... oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Obviously, yeah, Team Kamikaze, Team Project New Zealand, main sponsors on the car. They back me, everything I do. I have gone on and on and on about them long enough. I don't need to anymore. TVR Engine powering this Renault Megane. Yeah, obviously yourself for hosting and broadcasting. And hopefully, next week, the guys who supply the race fuel will give us enough.
Alright, but 10-4, Harry Grindle in number 70, rounds himself out, scored in 3rd. We'll go ahead and see it come to the next race, and maybe here in an hour at Talladega.
Yeah, I'm planning to be there, so I'll see you in about an hour.
Alright, gotcha. And with that being said, I mean, of course we gotta mention our race tomorrow, later tonight, coming in live at Talladega Super Speedway. for 75 laps of racing truck series there, so should be fun, of course, per usual, to see on how that will all go. But regardless, what an interesting end to a race. I've never seen a race come down to fuel on the dirt, but it shouldn't have happened. And probably admin, I mean, I honestly don't. I didn't even know the the setup was meant for either 35 or some odd laps. But regardless, a weird ending for tonight's event. A lot of people are going to have to get rescored because of it. So with that being said, congratulations to Brayson Collins, who crossed the start finish line in first somehow. And yeah, with that being said, we'll go ahead and see it coming here in an hour.